In today's video, in my van, I'm going to see how we go with the Ambiano electric lunchbox from Aldi. Let's see how this goes. Alright, what I'm doing today is going to try heating something up. It's a food that I froze and took with me in my fridge freezer on our trip to Adelaide in Eloise the van. So I thought it might be a nice easy meal to just reheat. So what I'm going to do is try and use this little electric lunchbox and see how it goes with reheating this dish. I've used this at home several times and it's fantastic for reheating stuff. You can actually cook stuff in it as well, but for reheating it's just super easy, and it's pretty much impossible to burn things because it uses steam to heat up whatever is in the pot. So this is the Ambiano electric lunchbox. You can see it's quite portable. It's very little, and this is the pot, the lower pot that it comes with. It also has this upper pot, which won't fit in now because it sits a bit lower than that, but the lower pot you could cook something in and then steam rice in this upper pot. Wow, look at the way the lights shine on that. Trippy. It also comes with this little cup for measuring the water, a lid that goes on the main pot there for when you want to store something in the fridge. It's not for cooking with. And the power cable. I don't think it's going to be particularly power efficient, and that's not what it's all about. A lot of people do use it to travel with, like they'll plug it into wall power, like if they want to bring their lunch to work or something, and they can cook stuff or reheat stuff very easily in another location other than their home. It's probably going to use a fair bit of power, so I'm going to be tracking it with the battery management system thingo to see how much power it draws, and I bet it's going to be a fair bit, but it is totally worth trying just to see how it goes. And even if it does use a little bit of power, I think it's going to be worth it. We'll see how this goes. I'm thinking it'll probably take about 10 to 15 minutes to heat it up, maybe a little bit more because it's slightly full. But we'll see. This is a dish that my ex made a short while before we left for our trip, and there was a bit left and I thought it would be perfect for freezing and taking with us and reheating in whichever way I choose. So I decided that I would use the electric lunchbox tonight to reheat this dish. Okay, I've plugged it in. The inverter really wound up. So this is the way this goes. It has these little clips on the side. A bit tricky with one hand, but not impossible. And then in the bottom here you have water. You don't go past that little line there that you can see, the top of that line. And then this goes in. It sits in the water. Well, that is high on one side. Perhaps I should try to empty a little bit of that out because we're on a bit of an angle, I think. Otherwise it's going to spill out the side when I cook. So I am going to try and tip a bit of that out. You know, I've tipped a little bit out and popping that in there. All right, so you can see that's not quite as close to the edge now. I may need to refill it, but anyway, that just sits in there. Then the lid goes back on and it should sit perfectly. One-handed is awkward. Clip that side down, clip that side down, and we'll let it do its thing. I'll keep that water in case I need to top it up. I was watching the BMS, the battery management system, and it went up to 47 amps draw. That may include about 3-ish amps for the fridge here that's plugged in. But yeah, that was a lot. I'll check it again in a minute and see what it's on now that it's sort of done its main heating up thing. And I guess we'll see how long this takes as well. The water's bubbling now. You can probably hear that there. I'm going to take the lid off and give it a stir. I could just leave it because the steam will go up and around and heat everything up, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir just to help it along. So it is not necessary to stir this. As I mentioned before, it's pretty much just because it's like using a double boiler. Sorry if my camera work goes off. It's a little bit hard to concentrate on doing this and not spilling food. But I just thought I'd help it along a bit by sort of mixing the stuff around. If you're wondering what this is, by the way, this is fake bacon stuff and pasta and other vegetables thrown in. Adam is a good cook, makes very delicious food, and often likes to try fake meat stuff. Come on, there we go. It's starting to warm up already. It has sort of leveled out at about sort of 26, well, probably about 23-ish amps for the drawer, because I have to take into account that the fridge is plugged in and that takes around about 3-ish amps. So it's still pretty high, and I'm going to track exactly how much, what the percentage of my battery is used from beginning to end as well. So that will be interesting to see. But it is certainly convenient to have to be able to cook in the van without using any sort of fuel burning device, because that means that carbon monoxide won't be an issue. Yeah, it does take an awful drain on the battery, but if that's the only option you have, then it's great. So I will get back to you when this is finished heating. So it's been in there for, I checked the time and now I've forgotten what it was. I think it's been about 10 minutes. I just gave it another stir. As I said, you don't need to stir it. I could just leave it. But I thought I'd just help it along a little bit so it uses a bit less power. So, you know, mixes the cold and the warm, and the bits that are heated up will help heat up the other bits. And it's sort of, well, it's not hot yet, but it's, I mean, it's warm enough that I could eat it if I wanted to, but I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. And then that should be well and truly a good temperature to eat. You can probably still hear that bubbling away. And yeah, that's literally just the water boiling in the bottom of it. I turned it off and I think it's probably going to be ready. I'm going to give it a stir. I unplugged it. I could have left that to just do its thing, by the way, because when it runs out of water, it then turns itself off. So you can just leave it to run until it decides to stop on its own. But it's hot enough and I don't need to use more power doing that. So let's check this out and see how it went. Alright, I took the plug out of the back. It is quite hot on the sides. It does get hot. I don't know if a more expensive brand like Itaki is maybe one of the original people who make these electric lunchboxes. Perhaps, ouch, theirs is more insulated. Sorry, I'm not pointing in the right direction, am I? But I don't know, because I don't have an Itaki. I wouldn't mind one day. Maybe they use less power as well. I have no idea. So this is looking pretty good. It should be nice and hot now. Give it a try. Oh, okay, it's hot. Yep, it's hot. And the water that's in there, it's really hot water. I'm going to pour it into one of the hot water bottles, because there's no food in that. It's perfectly clean water. I mean, it might be a few little specks of dust or something, but there's certainly nothing wrong with putting it in the hot water bottle. So that means I'm reusing the water for other purposes. Okay, this has done its job. This is ready. I've reused the container that I froze it in. And this is mine with some vegan parmesan on, and it's going to be delicious. Alexis doesn't like vegan parmesan. So, but yeah, this is going to be really tasty, all stirred through that. I'm looking forward to eating it. That was pretty successful. It heated it up well, as I knew it would. I mean, I've used it at home, and it's always done a really good job. And yes, like I said, it uses a heap of power. But if you need an option where you can't have an open flame in your car, or whatever vehicle you're camping in, I think it works well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It does make a lot of steam, of course, so if that is an issue for you, that is something you would want to consider. But I would call that a success, despite the use of power. So that's pretty good. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, I have a Patreon if that is your kind of thing, and I've been uploading these, images and updates from my trip that I'm on currently, and you will see this weeks later. So if you're interested in seeing what I'm up to in pretty much real time, join my Patreon. If that's not your thing, and if you can't afford it, which I totally understand, then please just continue watching my videos all the way through. Apparently the algorithm likes that. And, give the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment. And all of that helps my channel grow. So I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.